All right, so I wanted to do something a little bit different today. I always prepare myself and say, hey, we're going to go, and this is my flow, and you'll see my tabs open up here, and they've all got something in them. This time around, it is empty, 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 empty. That's not good. Ask the public. Answer the public. Wow. So there you go. You go live. So what I'm doing today, hey Jeannie, good to see you. What I'm going to be doing today is we're going to be building a content strategy for something that I'm very, very weak in. And I've said this in the past, and I'll continue saying it in the future. I even made a joke earlier today to someone who wasn't able to make it on the call. This is the most beautiful you're going to see me. I don't put on makeup. I don't do my hair very well. Usually what I do is just patting it down, making sure the spikes up. I don't do a beauty regimen. It's not my thing. So what I'm going to be doing is building out a content strategy for somebody in the beauty niche. And if you wanted to take this and run with it, you're more than welcome. I'm really cool with that, actually. So if you're in the beauty niche and you want to do this, great. This is what it's all about. Content. So when you sit down to do a content strategy for a company, it's not all going to come at once, right? So it's going to start, it's going to trickle in. You have an idea, the idea morphs into something a little bit more. But say we already know what niche we're in and we just say beauty. Now we're looking for different ideas on what we can write, blog posts, videos, content that we can add value to. So in beauty, it's going to be a little bit different. So they're going to want videos about how to do particular things, and that's okay too. We can find those on YouTube, and that's why I've got that last tab open. So beauty quotes, not so much. Let's start with beauty tips and tricks, because I don't know anything. So we're gonna go to 40 beauty tips and tricks. So if you wanted to start, wow, from 2012, hopefully this aged well. It's still on the top of Google, so it's been there for 8 years. Contrasting lids and tips. I don't even know what a lid is. I'm guessing tips is like the end, right? Or correct me if I'm wrong. Get tan and toned, perfect your complexion, pump up the volume, sweeten up your cheeks, make your gloss multitask. Lip gloss. So there we go. We can talk about lip gloss. So what I'm doing right now is I'm actually, I have a document open in the background, picking out some keywords, some short tail keywords. And we'll talk about what we're going to do next. A foxy flush with a deep berry powder blush. Fluffy brush to swirl it in small circles. So let's talk about blush. Okay, lip gloss and blush. Rework your hair. Glittery accessory adds instant glamour to any hairstyle. So hairstyle. Fake a gorgeous glow. Man. Foundation with part liquid illuminator, put on fingertip massage on your face. Okay, and that's not right. That's not for us. Sweeten your handshake. Fragrance. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just going through and picking out keywords. And so these are the short tail keywords. And the reason that we're starting here is because we need to know seed words to build long tail keywords. Because I don't know anything about beauty, and I'm not trying to exaggerate this. I'm legitimately, I have no idea what half these words mean that I'm pulling up. Work a sexy updo. Okay, I can use updo. All right. Prep your lids. So before you, eyelids. Okay, I get that now. So eyelid. So would that be eyeshadow? Anyone who does makeup, it seems like today is the day where I have a heavily male audience. So go figure. Go figure, I picked beauty on this day. Manicure. Nope. Look, so someone in chat said maybe choose a new niche. No, I'm dedicated to showing you that even if you have no understanding, you can build a content strategy. And I guarantee you one thing, you'll learn something. So, just because it's difficult doesn't mean that it's not worth doing. I love it. Nix your shiny nose. Smoldering stare. Smoky eye effect. I like that. I think I just like the word smoky eyes. Powder. Eyelash curler? That's a thing? Man. Look, I don't say this often, and maybe I'll get some flack for this. Boy, am I happy I'm a guy, because this is a lot of work to look good. And you get me like this. And that's going on YouTube. That's going to be there forever. That's going to be on the internet forever. Maybe I'll edit that out. Enhance your cleavage by dusting a shimmering of body powder. Okay. Cop the ultimate blowout. Okay. Pare down your loot. Scent your strands. Enhance your natural hue. Tune up tired tresses. Soften your heels. Get 24 karat eyes. Cream. Okay. Glam up your eyeliner. Okay. Hey, I know that one. Eyeliner. All right. Look pretty in pictures. Spray it on. Pick the perfect product. Alliteration. Avoid at all costs. Turn on your radiance. Place scent strategically. Have some hair foresight. Rock red lips. So lipstick. All right. Fix stinky strands. What? All right. Befriend your bedhead. Okay. Dark circles. Fudge clean locks. Perk up your skin. Fake awake eyes. Okay. Perfect. I have a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 short tail keywords. One that's kind of on the border here, but what we're going to do is we're going to go to one of my favorite websites, and it's called keywordshitter.com. So today's going to be a little bit more on the inappropriate side, and I am not apologizing for that. What you're going to do, so we're going to take the keyword manicure. You want long tail keywords? You're not sure what you want to write about? You don't know? You don't have 10 things to talk about for a manicure? Here's 400. And it just keeps going and going and going and going and going. So this will probably get to about 3,000. So what I'm going to do is, while this is loading, we're going to go to answer the public, and we're going to type in the same thing, manicure. Why? We want to know some questions that people ask about manicures, because we don't know about manicures, and that's okay. We don't have to know about manicures. Hey, Jose, good to have you on. Oh, yeah, you're not on voice yet. I'm so quick when I see these people get on. So we go here and we got data about manicures. And these are all questions. Hey, BJ, good to have you on, man. Again, he's not even in voice yet. One of these days, I'll remember to wait. Hey, Jose, good to see you. These are all questions that can be asked about manicures. And I have absolutely zero clue about manicures. So now you need an idea for content. These are all long-term keywords and questions that people put into Google for you to then talk all about. So our content could be all of this right here. So, and BJ, hey man, good to have you on. This is an indispensable tool when you're building out a content strategy, because we need to have an idea of what we're going to be writing about. So if we took a week's worth of data or a week's worth of content and said, we're going to write all about manicures this week, how do we get a week's worth of content with sharing 1 to 2 pieces of content a day? Here it is. Answer the public. So some of you may have been in some calls before where I talked about this. It has not lost any bearing. And then the top one is actually the most searched in this particular queue for will. So like, will manicure meaning? What? Manicure will take what? Will a manicure ruin a spray tan? There we go. So maybe we talk about, why would you get a spray tan? Well, maybe you're going to Mexico during the winter. I don't know. We could talk about, manicures and spray tans together. We can answer that as a question as a part of a blog or a blog post. So if you're ever wondering what to talk about and you run out of an idea, um, take a short-term keyword and put it into here. And then if you don't have an idea, time to move on, right? So yeah, if the spray tan itches, then manicures will probably ruin it, or it'll ruin your manicure. And also, if someone suggests getting a spray tan and a manicure at the same time, probably a bad idea. So all you have to do, just visualize all these. So manicure and pedicure near me, kit, course, set, products. So these are all things you could talk about. And some of these are going to be really geared towards sales, and some of these are going to be really geared towards informational. So you want to take the informational out of all of this, and you want to pull it out and then build a content strategy around it, which is what we're going to do. So if for anybody who's just starting, we're doing a content strategy call today. I started knowing one thing. I was going to go into beauty, and I that's all I have. So I read a quick article and got some keywords, and that's where we're at now. So I took some short tail keyword terms, and then I'm putting them in to answer the public and keyword shitter. So far we've got 3,000 unique keywords that people actually search on Google. Now, the amount that they might search is probably not going to be that significant, but this is a start. So I'm going to keep letting that go. And I just want to take a quick aside here. This is how you start. This is not how you end. So if you simply say, okay, well, I got all this and I'm just going to make a content strategy about manicures and that'll be enough for my website. SEO and content is consistent. You should not think, hey, I'm going to put out a piece of content once a day until I start getting some recognition, then I'm moving on. When we talk about blogs, I want you to think about something. What are they doing? They're getting up there and they're writing about something they're passionate about. Okay, well, what about vlogs, video blogs? They're getting up there and they're talking about something or maybe teaching you a skill. How is that different from a cooking show? To me, I don't see a difference. The only difference is one's syndicated on TV and it has a contract, where the other one is you in front of a computer. So make sure you treat this like a job, because it is. And if you treat it like a job, you will get the rewards from it. But you have to consistently come back and do this. So if you're starting a content strategy and your goal is to reach people 3 times a week, make sure you consistently have enough stuff to do 3 times a week. So what that means to me is that if we were to go and do one of these searches and we only find 30 questions total, there's not enough people, there's not enough interest in this particular setting or this particular keyword to continue to write about it. So it can only be a small portion. But for manicures, we've got over freaking 900 things, it looks like. We have 900 different things we can talk about with manicures. So you could talk about manicures until you are sick of hearing about manicures. I will not. I'm just building the content strategy, but let's start by pulling out some of the more important things that we could probably write about. We can write an entire article about how to do your own manicure. And this also goes in with that, at home. So how to do your own manicure at home. Now, what are some words that are used alongside that? So we're not sure what we could do. Type it in the Google keywords idea. So I don't know anything about manicures. Never done one for myself. I probably would have to take a look. Dip powder nails, gel manicures, shellac nails, French manicures, acrylic nails, dip nails, not dip powder, OP gel nail polish. These are all things I can add into this. So I'm actually going to write this on this list here, okay? Now I will share the list, but let's just go ahead and do dip powder nails, French manicure, shellac nails, gel manicure, acrylic nails, and dip nails, and OPI gel nail polish. So we want to talk about how we can make a manicure at home. This is one post, and we can talk about the different styles that we can do. And then we just have to do some research. Each of these, you'd have to do a quick, probably 10-minute research. How do you do them? Take a couple of photos, put them on your blog, and then move on. Just make sure they're keyword rich. So if I were looking at French manicure, I need to know a little bit about it. So I go to here and I go to Google, right? So we go to French manicure. Ask the question, band of white nail polish across the tip of the nail with clear or pale polish below. Okay, so there we go. So that's a French manicure. I can write about that. Long French tip nails. These are different things that you can do and that you can write about in your little paragraph or two. But this is how you build this up. So it's like you get an idea, you expand upon the idea, and then you push that idea out a little bit more. So like gel, French nails, short French tips, long French tips, black French manicure. So we can talk about the different ways that we can do it. So why do we do this? So I'm sitting here, I'm a 31-year-old male sitting here talking to you about French manicures. Number one, why are we going through and figuring out all this information? I don't know any of it, number one. But number two, the idea is that you make up the content strategy and then you execute for your target audience. So if I wanted to be in the beauty niche and I want people to buy the nail polish on my website, I would talk about all these different things, and then inside of the blog post have links to the different products that we might use in a particular situation. Maybe we have guides for the French manicure. Maybe there's stickers that do it. So all you have to do is put a clear coat on your finger and then put a sticker on top. You want an easy French manicure look without all the extra work? Here you go. Here it is. Here's our kit. We're doing this for two or three possible reasons: to either engage, educate, or entertain. And then the motive behind it is a sale. That's your content strategy. So we've got, and I'm not going to jump into all these. What I did is I started with a bunch of beauty terms I didn't know. I picked one. I'm drilling down to get more information about it. I'm figuring out something we can write about. And now I'm talking about a French manicure. So now we went with French manicure. We have 4 different things we could talk about on it. And then we need products. So what products can we sell with that? Then we incorporate those into our blog post or our video or whatever. So you see it's structured. It takes a little bit of effort. It's not something you start by having a great idea and you're going to write about it. You should start with having absolutely no idea of what you want to write about other than the particular niche that you're in, or maybe something that interests you. but don't pigeonhole yourself into, well, I'm only going to talk about, and this is something I did the other day, I'm only going to talk about bow hunting. I mean, you could do that and you can make yourself profitable by doing that. But if you just talk about one thing and that's what you get known for, you're never going to branch out, or it's going to be really difficult for you to branch out. And there, I can't remember the name of the concept, but um, Heinz. Heinz is well known for ketchup. But what most people don't know is that Heinz was not a ketchup company when they first started out. Heinz was well known for pickles. As soon as Heinz became synonymous with ketchup, their pickle sales dropped. So if you are able to break out of your very particular niche, you may lose the people who were there for that and no longer be known for that. So that's why when you're doing your content strategy, having a starting point and then being able to drill down and then come back up to it. So now I've got all of these different seed words that I can use: lip gloss, blush, hairstyle, fragrance, updo, eyeshadow, manicure, powder, eyelash curler, eyeliner, lipstick, smoky eye effect. I've got 4,850 different long tail keywords off of the word manicure. I know that there's plenty of opportunity to get all of this and sift through it and get you answers. Like I just found this tool because of a friend of mine who's on the call right now. And this thing is absolutely amazing. So get your seed words from a blog post that's already in your niche. Take your seed words, figure out some long tail keywords. Take your seed words and find out what people are asking Google and Bing and Yahoo. Take those keywords and figure out what else goes along with them. And then figure out how you're going to write about this so that it breaks it down into what product you can sell with that particular post. And after you have 10, 15, 50, 100 posts, and people are starting to take a notice of you, and you're putting them out, and you're getting, you're doing guest posting, and you've got a YouTube channel, which we're going to go to next, and you've done all of the work, and you're starting to get the backlinks, and people are taking notice of you, and you're starting to show up on that first page on Google. When people type in French manicure instead of French manicure with gel nail polish, which is where we're going to start. So we'd start with French manicure with gel nail polish, and Lulu and Sweet Pea are right there. We want to go after Lulu and Sweet Pea. We want their spot first, and then we want to get to the point where it's a French manicure is what we're after. And then after that, we want to show up when people just say manicure. So we want to start from the bottom where most people aren't fighting for that. You want to go after and be strategic about where your efforts are spent. So you start at the bottom and work your way up. Don't do it the other way. Because if you just go after manicure, you're going to see no results for so long. You might get lucky and get some results from a secondary long tail keyword. But these are people who are working hard every day. Ladies and gentlemen, they're spending money every day to get people in there. And this is where they show up naturally. Now, this is a local one because that's where I live. That's the area I live in. But it just doesn't show up. There's plenty of places I can go get a manicure. The reason this shows up is they're working on their SEO. Nobody up here is spending money on ads. So this is an opportunity in my area. I could probably go to Francesco Salon Spa. Wow. That was not seeing any spaces. Francesco Salon Spa. I could probably go there and say, hey, look, I want to help you with your presence online. Did you know that your biggest competitor in the area, ladies and gentlemen, shows up above you, and there's videos and other things in front of that before someone actually finds you? Now I can go and say, I can get you above them for roughly $1.33 per click. How does that sound? And they'd be like, I can get above the biggest person in town. Awesome. So just keep that in mind. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent. I'm talking about further down, but know that when you start at the bottom, you have an opportunity to rank faster than if you start at manicure. All right, I'm gonna take a deep breath. I'm gonna get some water because I've been talking a lot because I know that there is a lot to go through. And I wanted to be able to do it in 40 minutes or less. So this is what, okay, cool, whatever. This is what I'm greeted with. Now, this is gonna go on my search results. So all of a sudden, I'm gonna see a bunch of manicure stuff when I go onto YouTube. That's okay. It's a sacrifice for you guys. I care about you that much. Manicure at home, manicure for the monkey. Now I'm interested, but this isn't the time or the place. Manicure tutorial, pedicure, manicure for men, manicure at salon. So these are all questions that are being asked. So if we wanted video content, we can talk about a manicure at home. We could do a video, and then we can also put that video in our blog post. So that way we embed it in, and we get the video views here. And we also have a presence on a different website that links back. So all very good things. So when you're working on a content strategy, also include having some kind of video content. If you do not have anybody that will do a manicure with you or for you, you hit filter and Creative Commons. You're allowed to use this. Make it your own. They said you could. Gel manicure, French manicure. Filter, Creative Commons. So you have no excuse after this call to say, I can't do video content. You can. You don't even have to get in front of a camera. I hate being in front of a camera. I get nervous. I stutter. I'm like, oh man, I can't do this. But I do it every time. But I still prefer not to get in front of a video camera, right? So I don't like having to go, you'll see my videos. I don't get in front of the camera and start talking to you on YouTube. That's the deal. That's the thing. That's my thing. So I could just take this, they have beautiful looking nails compared to mine. Well, kind of. Their nail beds look really rough. But I could take this and I can have this pushed out as if it were mine. She gave me the rights, Creative Commons. As you can tell, I go to Fiverr a lot. But I would just take her, wow, what is going on? Is that, wow, okay. Someone needs some skills in video editing. That's very slow. No, it's just me. Something's going on with my computer. Cool. So as a part of all of our content strategy, now with the French tips, or the French manicure, I have my products, and then I've got videos. And then inside of my description, hey, did you know this is the indigo nail stuff that I sell out of my store? Check it out. That's how it's done. But when you're at the starting point and you're saying to yourself, this is overwhelming, watch this video again. Within 30 minutes, now I knew a little bit about French tips, a little bit. I knew it was just like the little white thing at the top. Within 30 minutes, I went from knowing almost nothing about beauty to having a content strategy where I can build my own blog post about 5 different things. And then I broke it down. I picked one, the French manicure, and I have 4 different sets of things to put inside of that blog post. And then I'll be able to take products, sell them out of that blog post, create a video from somebody else, and then take that video, put it online, and then link it back to my blog post or my website with different products. That's what content's supposed to do. It's not supposed to be, well, I'm just going to put up a bunch of stuff and hope somebody likes it when they read it. It should have a purpose. So our purpose, in most cases, is going to be Sales. So we drive sales through our content. So I'm not gonna say show of hands because I hate having to put your hand down in Zoom, but in the chat, anybody ever look up a recipe and then have to go through a 5-page blog post about how grandma used to make this recipe, and it reminds them of times when they were back in the country at the farm? And that's right, you just want the effing recipe. Because guess what? Nobody is going to a recipe to hear your life story. But you don't rank unless you have the life story. So what you would do instead, just put the recipe at the top, put the dang story at the bottom. But that story is what ranks them. That's why you see grandma's potato salad first and not Uncle Louie's magnificent potato salad that just has the recipe. So it works, but it doesn't have a purpose inside of that content. It's not actually leading you to having a better recipe because of it. So make sure that your content has a purpose. Because if you just write content or put out videos and it doesn't really lead to anything, it's not educational, and it doesn't engage your audience, it doesn't teach them a skill, and it doesn't push them to your website to make a sale, you wasted everybody's time. Nobody has time like that to give away for free. Even if they do, and they think they do, time is your only valuable currency. Every time that you give up your time for money, you take the money, you put in your bank account, and then you pay bills. But we have to stop looking at that dollar sign, and we start looking at the time we put in to get that, because that's the real currency. You're trading your time for that money. So if you're wasting somebody's time, why would they come to you with money and then give it to you? Make their time productive. So Pedro asked, and I'm actually going to open up for questions now. And yeah, so you can ask questions about anything that we talked about today. You can ask questions if you have anything on your mind. If it doesn't really fit with where we're at, I may answer it with like a cursory answer. But please put any questions that you have in chat. The first question was the description that she has in the video. Is it okay? So really, just to start with, there's something that you want to take a look at in every single video you do on YouTube. Number one, what does the title look like? Before I even talk about the description, what does the title look like? Easiest French manicure. So in here, update every Sunday. In this video, I'll show you how to do a French manicure the easiest way. So this matches this, but there's a couple of things that I'm going to put out there. Number one, hold on, Pedro has, ooh, that does look like a good banana. Number one, there's not much in this to get it ranked. So for whatever it's doing, they did a really great job. So they must be going after French manicure at home must not be a highly competitive niche, because it doesn't say at home, but it does show you how to do it at home. So I bet you in her tags, which I don't have the extension up, that's what she is pushing for. So French manicure, it does really get to the point. I do like to write a little bit longer description, and I like to include 3 or 4 different keywords. Oh, absolutely. I'm going to show you how to make content for YouTube. And it's going to be the most recursive video I have on YouTube, how to make YouTube videos on YouTube. But I want to make sure that I go over the low-level stuff first. And just so you guys have an idea of what's coming next, I will explain that right after I finish here. I would say that she has opportunities in this description. Number one, to link to a product. Number two, to link to more than just Instagram. Number three, to get a little bit more in depth about nails, manicures, polish, nail polish, whatever. She could even say, I use cover number 3. The reason that these things rank on different keywords is because of this description right here, this title right here, and what we're not seeing right now, and that is the tags. And I'm really disappointed there was not 4 more views before us, because we would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I would say, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, this is like a 5 or a 6 on the description. There are a lot of things that she could have optimized better, but she didn't miss what I think she was going for, and that's that French manicure at home. So um, I do not use Content Samurai. Um, I don't know what that is, but I do all of my stuff with as little tools as possible, because I like torturing myself. So real quick, I wanted to get this out there. I'm also, every day I'm making videos and doing my voiceover work and getting everything ready so that you have all the information that you need to be successful online. Step number one was getting you the pixel perfect website builder, and that was on Builderall. Those videos are done, and I'm working on the second series. Now, Builderall series is not done, but the pixel perfect version of it is. The next series I'm going to be working on will be Shopify, and that's because I think everyone just seems to have this overwhelming desire, and there is a huge demand in the marketplace for it. So I will do the Shopify one next, and the Shopify one is going to probably be a little bit more in depth than with Builderall, and it's going to go from start to finish on how to create your store, not how to market. And then from there, I'm going to do the low-level marketing: Facebook, Google, YouTube, Snapchat, Pinterest. And I'm going to teach you how to create your ads first, like before you even go in and create your ad accounts. How to make a good ad. What is a good ad? What do people do? So talk about the Life Force 8. So if you haven't worked with me before, this is new to you, don't worry. You'll get bored of it. So that's kind of the goal. And then I'm going to double back to Builderall and talk about the more in-depth Builderall tools that are there and available. And that should take us into February, about first or second week of February. Really, the goal here is to give you the information that you're asking for in the group, because the reason I'm doing this is I don't feel like there's good free information on the internet. I feel like it's all segmented. I feel like if you want good information on the high end stuff, you have to pay a lot of money. And the whole point of this is to make it so that it's available to everybody, and it's not a huge price tag. I want it to be free. I have all this around in my head, and then I had a conversation before the call. If you don't know already, for what I do here, I make money off of affiliate links. You don't pay anything extra. If I think a product is worth talking about, I push it. I talk about it, I use it myself, and then I give it to you to use, and I teach you how to use it. And then I get paid if you're using it. I've always been very clear about this. I think it's the easiest way for me to go, to remain transparent and to remain platform agnostic and say, hey, look, I'm not trying to sell you something that I don't believe in. I use Builderall. I build on Builderall. I'm doing it in these calls. So I think it aligns with my goals, with my personality, and with my morals. And then I do offer one-on-one coaching. I talk about it with everybody. I don't just sell it like, hey, come get the coaching. You know, that is a source of revenue. I do have some partnerships that I work. So like I make money, but when I talk about money from this group, it is not me selling you stuff. It is me teaching you stuff and on affiliate links. So yeah, absolutely. I'll teach you all about Amazon affiliate. It's not too different than what we're doing right now. Honestly, if I were to start an Amazon affiliate account right now, what I would do is I'd pick out every single niche, and I do a top 10 in every single one of them based on top 10 sales, top 10 reviewed, top 10 whatever. People love their freaking lists. And here's why. And I'll talk about this all the time. Here's why people love their lists. They want to know, is my product or is my service or is my idea on that list? And they're going to read through. Some of them will be oh, hey, I'm just reading through the numbered list and see if it's on the list. And some will be reading the merits of every single one. Just depends on when you reach them. And it's not one person only does one or the other. It just depends on when they consume the content, where they're at, and what the content's about. So I'd be doing that, and I'd be doing videos, because if it's a top 10 in any Amazon category, there's probably a review video online of it or someone using it. So you can use that, and it's probably Creative Commons. You can use that, splice it together, top 10, put a little bit of voice on it, talk about each product, and be like, hey, look, I really love this product because these are the cons of it because, and then in the description, put all the links to all the different ones. And then the cool thing about Amazon Affiliate is you actually get the tracking cookie, and you make money off of the sale on all of the things in their cart, not just the one thing that they have. So I can do an entire module about that. So I hope that helped. Do we have any other questions, comments, concerns, emotional outbursts? Because I'm here. And while I'm waiting for anything, I just want to put it out there. My new office is right. I mean, it shares a wall with the bedroom. Well, the exercise room. So we have an exercise room before our bedroom, and then our bedroom. So my wife can hear pretty much everything because sound in this place just travels. So I feel bad for her. She has to listen to me talk about advertising, marketing, search engine optimization, French manicures. Yeah. So we have a couple of things, but I'm really bad at putting things up on walls. I put something up on the wall in the bathroom up here, and it fell. And I was home alone at the time. My wife was out of town. It was just me and the cats, and all I hear is, and it's all glass broken on the toilet. And I'm like, oh, come on. I wasn't even using it. So, oh, yeah. No, see, the wife's not allowed to leave me alone with anything. I think she might have to start taking me on these business trips. Okay, so I had a question. Builderall has the explainer videos as well. Do you think it can be helpful? What advantages regarding other kinds of videos? So here's the deal with Builderall's videos. They're always out of date, and they're not very helpful. They answer very cursory questions, but when you're trying to set up a checkout and they don't talk about super checkout yet, which I ran into when I was starting because it's still in beta, they don't have a training that really goes over the super checkout well enough, or you have a very specific product that like, hey, look, I want to do this with an upsell with this. So I was doing an optional upsell, and they were talking about building a checkout in the Pixel Perfect website, but it doesn't work anymore. They took that functionality away and put it inside of super checkout, but they haven't done a training video on super checkout. So like their training is not phenomenal. And not for lack of trying. I think they're a phenomenal company. They have some really great products, but there's a high learning curve. And the reason that I'm putting these videos out is to help supplement that learning curve. So if there's anything in particular that's you're struggling with, I will spend the time, and you can ask some people in this call. If there's a problem that you're having and we can't find the solution, I will go and work for you to find the solution on these things because it's important to me because it's important to you. So none of their videos, even the explainer function, it's not. I think it goes over a quick view of what's there, but I think it really leaves the in-depth out of it. And they teach you how to build something up, but they don't teach you how to manipulate that something into something a little bit more advanced. Like they have a lot of great pre-built funnels, and you can just plug your stuff into those pre-built funnels and it'll function gorgeously. That's great. But what if you have your own funnel you want to build from scratch? There's nothing on there. I think I understand your question a little bit better. Something like an explainer video compared to other types of videos. It depends on the person. Honestly, I think it just depends on the person. If I think I understand what you're asking now. Um, I'm the type of person that learns by applying while I'm doing something. Like if someone's teaching something, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna mock what they're doing and try and understand it that way. I think that's what you mean. And I apologize if it's not what you mean. Just send me a message afterwards, and I'll try and understand. Sometimes I'm a little bit thick. Um, you know, doesn't really the concepts don't really go through right. So explainer videos reach more people. Oh. So if you're making videos, sorry, that, yes. Uh, so think about how you use a search engine. You ask questions that you want answers to. So an explainer video answers questions. So as long as they're getting served that video when they ask that question, it's great. So if you do the technical stuff right, the SEO right, then yes, explainer videos are going to be a lot better and it's going to have better engagement. And then if you're trying to build a YouTube presence, an explainer video is going to have more watch time. And this is something we'll go in a lot more depth with YouTube is watch time by percentage of the particular video is important, because if people leave after the first 10%, that's not a good video. You will get drop off, but the goal is to have something like this. So the drop off might be sudden, real quick, and then it slows down. So with an explainer video, they will go through and look for section by section, or they'll watch through to understand it all. You'll get a better watched ratio. And I mean, like right now, my watched is about 9%. So, hey Solomon, actually, this is pretty much a logical place where we're going to end off, because I'm starting to get a little bit further in that I like to, because we're asking some really great questions. So Friday we have one more call. On that call, I'm gonna actually write out a blog post on French manicures. So we're gonna work together to build out a coherent blog post on something that I've never done before. So stay tuned. We'll do that together. It's going to be probably not a lot of fun for me, but we will figure it out. And yeah, it's Jeannie. It's just a process. You gotta fall in love with the process of writing. So on that note, I am out of here. I will be uploading this to YouTube for you to rewatch, and we'll be back live on Friday. You enjoy the rest of your evenings, everybody.